Or a lot of this turn thing, where it's like you're turning. It's just... Hey y'all, I'm Cheslie Kryst, Miss USA 2019, and here are 5 common pageant mistakes. When I'm talking about pageant mistakes, these are just common things that people do. I've done a lot of these as well. And you see it a lot when you compete in pageants a lot, when you watch a lot of pageants or judge pageants. And I think sometimes these are misconceptions that people just think about pageants and think they should do these things or should not do these things. So we're gonna go through all of them because I see these things all the time. Number 1, riding the fence about polarizing issues. A lot of times in pageants, you're gonna be asked about highly politicized topics. You're gonna be asked about polarizing issues that a lot of people have disagreements about. And there are some people who think that you should not explain your opinion or you should not pick a side. And I vehemently disagree with this logic. It's so irritating sometimes to see somebody who's just clearly riding the fence and they don't want to be wrong, so they just don't explain what their opinion is. And I'm like, I know you have an opinion. Say your opinion. You just pick a side. And it's okay if people disagree with you. When you're a state representative or a national representative or an international representative, you're gonna be asked about a lot of issues. And it is unfair to have this platform and have this position and not advocate for different issues and know that some people are just gonna disagree with you. All right, mistake number 2, forgetting to speak naturally. I've sat in a judge's chair before, and I think some people think because I have a law degree or an MBA, they have to speak a certain way to me. And there are times where people in private interviews or in on-stage question will just use language that's clearly not the language that they use in everyday life. And obviously that doesn't mean to use slang or curse words or be way too comfortable. I just want you to talk to me, just normally. So don't get too caught up in speaking or feeling like you need to speak way too formally, because sometimes it comes off as just being a little unnatural and uncomfortable for you. And then I feel uncomfortable and you don't seem as confident as you could be. So just speak naturally. Number 3, forgetting to use stage makeup. 2 of the pageants that I've been in have been on national TV. And so in those pageants, obviously we get really big close-ups and your makeup looks different in those close-ups than it does from far away on a stage. But in the 13 other pageants that I did, they were on a regular stage and the judges didn't have a close-up of me, so you need stage makeup. That stage makeup is usually heavier. It's sometimes a little darker because the bright stage lights will wash you out. I usually use extra contour, extra color, when usually I wouldn't. So having an understanding of the importance of stage makeup, how to use it, and how it can work best for you is really, really essential. So make sure you use stage makeup. Number 4, the pageant walk. There's a specific walk that a lot of people do in pageants. It's not always newcomers that do it. I think it's like us veteran people that end up doing it a lot. But it's very distinct. What I mean by the pageant walk is you'll see it very often. A lot of pageant girls, for some reason, I don't know, will end up not moving the upper part of their arm while they're walking, and they will only move their forearms. I will show you. So this is the pageant walk. Okay, this is my regular walk. I'm moving my arms. I can pose a little bit, whatever. But for a pageant walk, it's really bouncy sometimes in short steps, and you're only here. So it'd be like, or a lot of this turn thing, where it's like you're turning It's just, you have these short bouncy steps and you're chopping your arms up and down like this, and you're doing these weird turns. It's just kind of distracting. We've all seen it. I've seen it, you've seen it. It's a mistake to keep doing the more antiquated, forced pageant walk. Number 5, let's abandon the hands on top myth. There's this myth or belief in the pageant world that when the first runner-up and the winner come together, whoever has her hands on top, when we're holding hands together, whoever has their hands on top is gonna be the winner. I think this has led to some pretty awkward interactions sometimes. You'll see 2 girls who really believe in the hands on top thing, and so they'll kind of be fumbling with their hands together while they're standing there. It's very awkward to watch. So your hands don't have to be on the top for you to win. The scores are already in. God already has selected the winner. We're gonna find out in a few seconds, and whether your hands are on the top or on the bottom or neither, it's gonna be okay. All right, those were 5 common pageant mistakes that I've certainly made, that many others have made. And I know there are more mistakes that I didn't list, but these are the 5 that came to mind. So drop down your ideas below of pageant mistakes that you've seen that you hope that people avoid in the future. Thanks, y'all.